Hello, welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna take a look at another legend team here from a Mystic Matt with a little bit of a spicier line. Like, of course, like it's not like crazy spicy or anything like this, but it's not your Annihilape, it's not your Lanturn, it's not your LilyKatchum. It is going to be though your Trevenant, your Mandibuzz, as well as your Vigoroth. And this team actually was quite a lot of fun to play. I have to say in the beginning as well, I cut out like I think 2 battles where I quit after 50 seconds, where I just got completely hardboiled. One was even against the Nidoqueens, but like I don't really see the point of showing that. But yeah, there were some cases where I got completely hardwalled and just left after 50 seconds. I played those battles quite late at night as well, which maybe impacts the gameplay a little bit as well, but it is what it is. Here you're gonna see the LilyKatchum coming in against us, which I should win for a Chargerbug before against the opponent's Lanturn, which would have been a little bit better. But yeah, this team still was very, very cool. Definitely was a nice team to run. Would really recommend you to try this one out, especially Trevenant in the current meta, even though there's a LilyKatchum against us right now. Is quite a good Pokemon, and here we see a shiny Shadow Venusaur taking those aerial aces soon, as we're gonna use a shield here. Start from is going to be the hardest hitting move that the opponent is gonna go for today. And so aerial ace, because it's Shadow, it should actually kind of put them into farm down range afterwards. We will see here another aerial ace coming through. Let's see if we gotta see the second shield coming up as well, which we do. And we still should be in a very decent spot. Mandibuzz is so spammy, especially with the buffed aerial ace from like 3 seasons ago, I think now. Honestly, there has not been any really good season chains for ages, but yeah, it is what it is. Here we're gonna see the aerial ace coming through. I'm gonna get them into farm down range, and with this game is over. Moving on to the next opponent, we're going to see a very neutral lead here of Chargerbug against us. This is something where you kind of have to stay in. The team itself is kind of a very smart one, I would say. We have a lead that's going to be very weak against Annihilape, a Safe that's going to be able to take basically any hit from Annihilape and still hit back. And then in the back, we're going to have a little bit more of an attack-weighted Pokemon in the Trevenant that is going to be able to take advantage against also something like a Whiscash. That was not the play that they wanted to go for sure, as now the opponent is going to get walled here. Scald coming through, going to get the attack drop, but it doesn't matter. Like, Seed Bomb still going to be double super effective, recently buffed, still stab, and it's going to knock them out, as we will see. Very likely the Chargerbug coming back in. They would be able to swipe a Shadow Ball most likely after the debuff, but they're gonna go for the Exeter, knocking me out, but I still should be able to align myself with my Vigoroth here, but I still kind of misplay this a little bit, but I think it's still going to be okay because we shouldn't be punished. We can still go for another Rock Slide, a little bit of lag coming through here, which would have been scary if we didn't get this move off, but it's going to knock them out, and in the back, it's going to be that Goodra against the Mandibuzz with 2 shields, and they know this game is over. Next opponent coming through, Feraligatr. The entire team has played against Feraligatr. As I swap out into the Tentacruel, I didn't really know what to do here. I decided to just go ahead and go for the safe play of going for the Body Slam. Honestly, in hindsight, I should have most I went into my Trevenant. Trevenant actually, funnily enough, has the worst matchup against the Feraligatr, I think, just because the fast move is super effective against us. But here we're going to still be able to just go ahead and go for the aerial ace spam. I think 2 aerial aces should be enough to knock them out. I don't think that the Dark Pulse will have been enough at that range. So we should either get 2 shields or realign, and both of them are going to be totally fine. Let's see what the opponent going to choose. I can just go for the double aerial ace spam, and I should be in a kind of decent spot here. Aerial ace coming through, going to take the knockout. We still both have like both shields left there. In comes the Feraligatr, as the Dark Pulse is going to try to hit them here for some nice neutral damage. I could even decide to swap out, but I was a little bit worried about a fighter in the back, and I was correct with that assumption, as it's going to be that Poliwrath here. Poliwrath usually running Scald plus the Icy Wind, so it's kind of safe to use a shield on the first move already. We should still be able to outspeed them in the 2 shield scenario, so we should be kind of in a fine spot. But they're running Power Punch. And at this point, I have to call it this is a bait. If it's not a bait, I'm going to lose. And I'm going to lose. Like, what a moveset. Like, literally, what a moveset. Did not expect this at all. Congrats to the opponent. Really caught me off guard there. Next opponent, we're going to have the Gligar coming in here, which is going to have a very neutral matchup against Mandibuzz. They do neutral damage with aerial ace, we do also neutral damage with our Dark Pulse. We should, I think, in theory, win this matchup as the Mandibuzz because we have a little bit more bulk than they have, and also we generate energy a little bit faster, and Dark Pulse is a little bit of a better move compared to aerial ace. So I think we're going to be fine here. We're most likely going to have to go for a double aerial ace after this one because, as you can see here, another Dark Pulse would not be enough. We need a little bit more fast move pressure for that. Let's see what the opponent gonna go. They're gonna go for another aerial ace. Of course, it's gonna be an aerial ace, but I actually still decided to go for the Dark Pulse here, which is going to not knock them out, and I can still at least go straight for the Aerial Ace afterwards. I think double Aerial Ace would have been the better move to go for, but we can still align ourselves as I can swap out here because I don't care. I have 2 good answers against Ferrothorn, and also I still have a decent answer against the opponent's Jellicent here in the back as well. It's going to be Bubble Jellicent, which is a very strong Pokemon, but it's not going to help them out at all with this matchup. Interesting enough as well, the opponent has quite a weak team against Dragon-type Pokemon, I would say. I think so. I forgot kind of what the other Gligar. Gligar is kind of neutral against Dragon-type Pokemon, but with Bubble Jellicent, it's kind of tough to deal with Dragon types, and also with Ferrothorn, it's kind of difficult. While Dragon Breath is resisted, you also don't really do damage against them. So yeah, I don't know, like still an interesting team here from the opponent. We're going to be able to use a shield. In comes the Ferrothorn. I can go for the Shadow Ball. I can try to catch a move later on as well if I want to. In comes Shadow Ball, going to be able to get the shield from the opponent. Oh, and look at this, we're going to be able to catch a move onto our Mandibuzz. Let's see what it's going to be. Is it going to be the Power Whip? It's going to be the Thunder. It's going to be the Power Whip. As they undercharge completely, allowing me to even reach another charge move here. Dark Pulse is going to connect. Does quite some nice damage, and I don't think they can even fully farm me down here, and so they decide to go for another charge move, 1 more Shadow Ball, all it takes to knock them out. Let's see what they're going to try to do here. We can just knock them out, and this is going to be a good game. Nothing the opponent can do anymore. Trevenant is just kind of too overpowered for that one, and we will see here the Jellicent surrendering as well. This was, by the way, the first battle that I did with this team here. Nidoqueen against us in the lead, and I had no idea how to play against it. I was like, what the hell is, like, what is this? What is this? Like, I have not seen a Nidoqueen in 10 years, kinda. I don't know, like, where this comes from, like, why it's come from, but we wouldn't be able to go for another Body Slam, and I kinda want to actually keep my Vigoroth alive, because that might help me out later on to clear debuff, so I decided to swap out straight away into my Mandibuzz. They actually swap out straight away as well, just to get hardwalled by a Sylveon. Like, what is this team? Like, Sylveon and Nidoqueen, like, I don't know, that's like 10 seasons ago or something the meta comes back. I just honestly have no idea about it. It's honestly kind of mad that the next season is season 20 of the Go Battle League. Like, is it just me, or is it just like time is flying like crazy? It is absolutely madness. But yeah, hopefully next season going to be better than the last 4 or something. And I think the last bigger change was the December update. I think there were like quite a lot more Pokemon getting like Trailblaze and stuff like this, which at the end of the day didn't really impact the meta itself, but like it was at least a little bit of a bigger update. Honestly, this year was most likely so far the worst year for Pokemon Go ever, I would say. Like, I posted on Twitter as well and was like asking what people were thinking. Like, most people were agreeing with that as well. So yeah, let me know in the comment section as well. What do you think about this year of Pokemon Go so far? While we get completely wrecked by a Diggersby, which is kind of cool. Like, honestly, I was facing quite some interesting teams, and I kind of like this. While I'm losing against this thing here, and this Nidoqueen, and whatever is happening here, it's still cool to see some more spicier teams around. So, congrats to the opponent there. I don't know how this team is supposed to work double ground, but ABA, it just doesn't make sense. But it's still a good game to the opponent. But yeah, again, like, the current season is kind of lame. I know, like, a lot of people kind of complain about it. I feel like lag kind of got a little bit better. Don't get me wrong, it's still there, but I feel like it got a little bit better at least. But yeah, still something that hopefully going to be better in the future. I think they changed the background as well again, isn't it? Like, is this already like the new background here, or is like the old background again? I know that the biome update kind of screwed over PvP. Like, that was something that they kind of openly said already. So hopefully they're going to have a fix for that in the future. But anyway, Body Slam coming through, we're going to get the shield from the opponent. We are going to try to swap out and catch the move onto the Mandibuzz. But I think there was recently a new update for Pokemon Go. I think PvP got a little bit better with that one. But might be also just like me playing today and playing yesterday, where I maybe didn't even realize it too much, so who knows. Anyway, Lanturn coming back in here. What a gun. Going to be an interesting one for us, as we're going to be able to go for another charge move. I have to say I misplayed quite a lot of battles, but I said it before as well. I had the exact same thing happen to me like half a year ago when I had all my university exams again, and it's literally the exact same time. So like, when you're watching this in 3 days, I have to write an exam, and I think also on the weekend on the 6th of this month I have to write an exam as well. So it is a little bit of a trickier one, but afterwards I can at least focus a little bit more on YouTube again, which I kind of want as well. So here's Seed Bomb coming through. Going to be able to get that knockout as we can, still try to reach another one. We should have some energy on our Vigoroth. I think we're still missing one fast move to get to another Body Slam, but as we will see as well, this is going to be able to get for sure the shield, and we just have to try to get the Body Slam exactly. We're going to be able to still get there in time, knock out the opponent, and this is going to be a very good game. Next opponent coming through, we're going to have a Chargerbug in the lead. Again, we kind of have to stay in here. It is not too important to keep the lead alive. Like, it's not like an ABB style line, it's more like an ABC style line. And so if the lead goes down, it's fine. Like, you have a double weakness to Ice in the back, but like Ice-type Pokemon are so rare right now. And I feel like rightfully so. Like, so many Annihilapes, so many Bastiodon, so many, I don't know, like LilyKatchum, stuff like this, like where most of the Ice-type Pokemon, like even if you take a look at LilyKatchum and the most common Ice-type Pokemon, alone Sandslash with Shadow Claw lose to LilyKatchum. You have the Diogong can lose against LilyKatchum as well because of Power Whip. And so, yeah, Ice-type Pokemon, while it might be a problem for this team, it's most likely not going to be a big problem. Azumarill can be a big problem. I said before in the beginning as well, like the two hard counter matchups, I had basically a lost lead, where I lost already like a shield as well and was not really able to align myself and then swapped out later on. And then I swapped out into my Mandibuzz, and this is like one of the issues that I faced a little bit with this team, which I kind of want to talk about. And my Mandibuzz got aligned one time against an Azumarill, while I was already one shield behind the opponent and got hardballed in the lead. And basically what this means is that the opponent gonna get out of the matchup against Mandibuzz with already like at least like an Ice Beam stored, which is going to take the final shield from my Trevenant. And so like I just forfeited there immediately because there was no reason to play that one out if you're 2 shields down and have not alignment at all. It just doesn't really make too much sense. And the other one was I got completely hard-walled with a Saison of Mandibuzz from a Carbink while losing the lead. And again, if you take a look at the team and if you take a look at Carbink, if this Pokemon has 100 energy, it's going to guarantee basically 2 shields from you, which is quite mad. So yeah, basically there are of course occasions where you get completely hard-walled. I don't really want to show them here because just what's the point? Like you get hard-walled in the lead, you get hard-walled at the save swap. It just happens. I kind of want to still talk about it, but I rather showcase battles that are actually more neutral or like easier to see. Or we're just gonna get hard-walled here as well. But at least I didn't have to forfeit here straight away against this player because I still at least saw some play for Trevenant maybe later on. But yeah, again, it is kind of tough here sometimes with this team because there are quite a lot of hard counters to Mandibuzz, I would say. So maybe like a different Saison would be kind of cool for it. I could see actually something like Sableye working a little bit better, which then again is going to be quite similar to a different team that I'm going to maybe showcase tomorrow, so who knows about that. But yeah, we're going to be able to now go ahead and swap out here into the Vigoroth. We're going to get out the opponent's Mantine, and that's actually quite nice because if you know, we have an Annihilape in the lead, we have a Mantine here, and we have a Bastion in the back, which means Bastion kind of low enough already where our Trevenant should supposedly at least to win this battle for us there. And also, if we're gonna get rid of that Mantine, we should be in a very decent spot, because then we can just farm them down here with my Trevenant and have a great time against both of the Annihilape as well as that, opponent's Bastiodon. In comes a Water Pulse, kind of annoying. I can go for another charge move here. They're very likely going to go into the Annihilape afterwards, let the move go through, go into the Annihilape, but I can swap out now into my Trevenant. They swap out straight away, and my only play is to go for the full farm down here. I have to really hope that they are not going to be able to get to another charge move here in time, and I'm just going to try my best, and one Flamethrower is all it takes to knock me out. Or is it? Is it actually the damage that it's supposed to do? Because I was kind of surprised that it didn't knock me out. And I can go for a Seed Bomb bait, get the shield, and still get to the Shadow Ball and win this battle. And I was so surprised about this. I was thinking that Flamethrower should do more damage, but maybe it's not the case. Actually, we want to take a look here real quick at the background as well, like for me at least, not for you, how much a Flamethrower actually does. But here we're going to see Sableye against us with the Vigoroth. That's kind of a neutral matchup. You kind of want to get some damage and maybe then swap out eventually, but I don't think I actually did this here, which is kind of a silly mistake. So definitely would recommend you to go for a Rock Slide, then maybe try to go for some more counters until they try to throw most likely, and then just swap out into the Mandibuzz. Because even if you're going to hit the Rock Slide, you're going to see that the Rocks are going to put them into range for Shadow Claw down for the Trevenant, so like it's still going to be a fairly decent matchup, and so it's not going to be too difficult. Bastiodon does 52% actually with a Flamethrower against the Trevenant, so I think it was actually fully charged. It was just very lucky that we still survived that one. But yeah, here we can still farm down the opponent's Sableye. Let's see what's going to be in the back. It is going to be that, let's see. It's going to be that Talonflame. That's lovely, right? I can go for the Dark Pulse. The Incinerate animation looked a little bit weird there, but I think everything was going according to what it's supposed to do. I decided to let the move go through, of course, and I have to kind of hit another Dark Pulse here. Another Dark Pulse should be all it takes to knock them out. They have an Azumarill in the back, and that's going to be quite fine for me, as I should be able to just reach 2 Seed Bombs before they can knock me out. 1 Ice Beam is fine for me as well. but I cannot really give up another shield here. So Seed Bomb coming through, first Seed Bomb here, going to be fine. They still need 2 more fast moves to get to their next Ice Beam, and so I can overfarm by not really anything because it doesn't really matter. And this Ice Beam, which would come through here, doesn't come through, and so it's just down to the Talonflame. I thought, oh, I got some damage onto them here now with the Shadow Claw, I should be kind of fine. I decided to go straight for that Aerial Ace to bait maybe the shield. And this was literally what cost me the game. I could have just went ahead and went for the double Dark Pulse and I would have been fine. I didn't, and so I'm going to lose the battle because of this. I even could go for the charge move there and go through the KO with like the shield there, because like if you use a shield, it always takes 1 damage. Really misplayed this last battle, but it is what it is. Hopefully you still enjoyed. Cool team to use for sure, very strong team to use, and I hope I see you then. Bye bye.